everyone, how are you today? I am teacher Saraswati from IPG campus Pulau Pinang. Today, we are going to learn topic 8 of Form 2 Mathematics, which is graph of function. Are you ready? Then, let's start our lesson for today. First of all, let us learn what exactly a graph of function is. A graph of function is the representation of a function with a straight line or a curve on a Cartesian plane. In another word, the graph of a function could also be represented by the set of all points whose coordinates xy satisfy the function y equals to fx. This means that for each x value, there is a corresponding y value which is obtained when we substitute into the expression of fx. For example, when a football player kicks the ball, making it bounce into a goal mouth, the bouncing action forms a curve. This curve can be represented by a function. Another example is the curve we can see in a rainbow, which can also be represented by a function. So, let us look at our learning objectives for today's lesson. By the end of today's lesson, you should be able to first, construct tables of values for linear and non-linear functions, and hence, draw the graphs using the scale given. Next, you should be able to interpret the graphs of function. Before drawing a graph of function, we must learn to construct a table of values to determine the corresponding value of the ordered pairs of x and y on the Cartesian plane. How are we going to do that? Let us try some questions. Question 1. Construct a table of values for the function y equals to 4 minus x given x equals to -2, -1, 0, and 1. How are we going to find the solution? To construct this table, first, we need to find the values of y for the given values of x. So, let's start with x equals to -2. By substituting x equals to -2 into the equation, y equals to 4 minus -2, we will get 6 as the answer. So, we construct the table and fill in the value of y that we have obtained when x equals to -2. Let's now continue with x equals to -1 into the same equation, and we will get y equals to 5. Now, we fill in the previous table with value of y equals to 5 that we have obtained when x equals to -1. Let us continue further. Now, by substituting x equals to 0, the value of y would be 4. Again, we fill in the previous table with value of y equals to 4 when x equals to 0. And when x equals to 1, then the value of y is 3. Therefore, the table of values for y equals to 4 minus x are. Let us look at question 2. Construct a table of values for the function y equal to 2 2x squared minus 1 given x equal to negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. So, we construct the table and fill in the value of y that we have obtained when x equals to negative 1. Now, continue with x equal to 0 into the same equation. We will get y equals to negative 1. Next, we fill in the previous table with the value of y equals to negative 1 that we have obtained when x equals to 0. Then, we continue with x equals to 1 substituted into y equals to 2x squared minus 1. We will get y equals to 1. Again, we fill in the previous table with value of y equals to 1 when x equals to 1. And finally, when x equals to 2, y will be 7. Therefore, the values for y equals to 2x squared minus 1 are. Now, let us try this question. It is a simple question just to test your understanding in constructing a table of values. Question 3. Complete the table of values for the function y equals to 5 minus 2x squared. Come on, let's do this first. Alright, let us check your answers. Now, you need to find the corresponding values of y for the value x equals to negative 1, 1, and 2. So, by substituting x equals to negative 1 into the equation, you will obtain the value of y which is equal to 3. Now, we have filled in the table with the value of y equals to 3 when x equals to negative 1. Next, we will calculate the value of y when x equals to 1. And you should get y equals to 3 when x equals to 1. Finally, when x equals to 2, then y equals to negative 3. We will fill in the table of values with the answers we got earlier. And our answers will be. Let us continue with types of graphs. In this topic, we will learn 4 types of graphs, which are linear graph, quadratic graphs, cubic graphs, and reciprocal graphs. First is the linear graph, in which the highest value of x in the equation is 1. For example, y equals to 2x minus 1. By substituting the values of x equals to negative 1, 0, 1, and 2 into y, we will fill in the table. Next, we will plot the values of xy on a Cartesian plane. And later, draw a line that connects all 4 points together. From our drawing, we can see that linear graph is formed by a straight line. The second graph is quadratic, with the highest power of x in the equation is 2. For example, y equals to x squared minus 4x minus 5. First, we construct the table of values. By substituting the values of x equals to negative 2, negative 1, 2, and 5 into y, we will fill in the table. Now, we will plot the value of xy on a Cartesian plane. And later, draw a line that connects all 4 points together. From our drawing, we can see that quadratic graph is formed by a curved line in the shape of U. Third is the cubic graph with the highest power of x in the equation is 3. For example, y equals to x cubed. First, we construct the table of values. By substituting the values of x equals to negative 2, negative 1, 10, 1, and 2 into y, we can fill in the table. Now, we will plot the values of xy on a Cartesian plane. And later, draw a line that connects all 5 points together. From our drawing, we can see that cubic graph is formed by a curved line with both ends moving in opposite directions. And finally, the reciprocal graph, which is a curved line with the highest power of x is negative 1 or negative 2. For example, y equals to 1 over x. First, we construct the table of values. By substituting the values of x equals to negative 2, negative 1, negative 0.25, 0.25, 1, and 2 into y, we can fill in the table. We will plot the values of xy on a Cartesian plane. And later, draw a line that connects all 6 points together. We can now see that reciprocal graph is made of 2 main branches without touching the x-axis and y-axis. Let's discuss some questions for your further understanding. Question 4. Draw the graph of y equals to 3x plus 2 for the values of x in between of negative 2 and 2. First, we need to construct the table of values for the given values of x. And with calculations, we will get the values of y corresponding to the given values of x. By using the table of values, we will plot the points on a Cartesian plane. And then, we connect the points to form a straight line. This is called a linear graph. Let us look at another question. Question 5. Draw the graph of y equals to x squared plus 2x minus 8 for the values of x in between negative 4 and 2. We need to construct the table of values for the given values of x. Again, with calculations, we will get the values of y corresponding to the given values of x. By using the table of values, we will plot the points on the Cartesian plane. And then, we connect the points to form a smooth, curved line called a quadratic graph. 1, 2, 3. Now, let us try this question. It is another simple question just to test your understanding in drawing the graph. Draw the graph of y equals to x squared plus 3x minus 4 for the values of x in between -4 and 2. Come, let us do this first. Now, we need to construct the tables of values for the given range of values of x. So, we choose 5 points in this range, which is x equals to -4, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Then, we substitute x equals to -4 into the equation. And we will get y equals to 0. We continue further by substituting x equals to -1 into the equation. And we will get y equals to -6. When x equals to 0, then y equals to -4. Next, we substitute x equals to 1 into the equation. And we will get y equals to 0. When x equals to 2, then y equals to 6. Therefore, the values for y equals to x squared plus 3x minus 4 are. Now, by using the table of values, you will plot the points on the Cartesian plane. And then, we connect all the 5 points to form a smooth curved line called the quadratic graph. That is simple, isn't it? Yes. Well done, everyone. Let us try another question. Question 7. Complete the table of values for the function y equals to x cubed plus 1 for the values of x in between -2 and 2. Come, let us do this first. You might need to use your calculator to get the answers. Alright, let us check your answers. The table of values for this function will be. Well done, everyone. Now, draw the graph for the function y equals to x cubed plus 1. Let us check your answer. By plotting all 5 points and then connecting them with a smooth curved line, we will get a cubic graph. Congratulations to those who got it correct. For those who didn't get the correct answer, it is okay. You can always try again. Next, we will learn to interpret graphs and make predictions according to the relations derived from the variables. Let us look at question 8. The diagram shows a graph of function drawn on a Cartesian plane. From the graph, determine the value of y when x equals to 4. To answer this question, we may use the graph given to find the answer. On the graph, draw a straight line at x equals to 4. Then, find the value of y that intersects with this straight line and the curved line of the function, which is 5. So, when the value of x equals to 4, then y equals to 5. Next, find the value of x when y equals to -1. Again, on the graph, draw a straight line at y equals to -1. Find the value of x that intersects with this straight line and the curved line of the function. So, when the value of y equals to -1, then x equals to 1. Question 9. The diagram shows a graph of cubic function drawn on a Cartesian plane. From the graph, find the value of y when x equal to 1. To answer this question, we may again use the graph given. On the graph, draw a straight line at x equal to 1. Then, find the value of y that intersects with this straight line and the curved line of the function. So, when the value of x equals to 1, then y equal to 30. Next, find the value of y when x equal to 3. Again, on the graph, draw a straight line at x equal to 3. Then, find the value of y that intersects with this straight line and the curved line. When the value of x equals to 3, then y equals to 0. Now, we will try to interpret graphs. The graph shows the temperature of water when boiled for T minutes. From the graph, find the temperature of the hot water when boiled for 5 minutes. And next, find how long it takes for the water to reach 90 degrees Celsius. First, draw a straight line at x equals to 5 and find the value of y that intersects with x equals to 5 and the function given. So when x equals to 5, then y equals to 50 degrees Celsius. In order to find the time taken for the water to reach 90 degrees Celsius, you must draw a straight line at y equal to 90 degrees Celsius. And from the graph, we know it takes 9 minutes for the water to reach 90 degrees Celsius. Now, with everything you have learned before, try this question. Question 11. The diagram shows a linear graph drawn on a Cartesian plane. From the graph, find the value of y when x equals to 3 and find the value of x when y equals to 4. Let us check your answer. From the graph, when x equals to 3, then y equals to 6. And when y equals to 4, then x equals to 1. Well done, everyone. Next question. The diagram shows a graph of function drawn on a Cartesian plane. From the graph, find the value of y when x equals to -1 and find the value of x when y equal to 0. You can do it first and we will discuss it again in a while. Let us check your answer. From the graph, when x equals to -1, then y equals to 8. And when y equals to 0, then x equals to -3 and 3. Congratulations! Question 13. The graph shows the distance travelled by Azman and Selva during a journey. From the graph, find the distance travelled by Azman after 2 hours. And next, find how long it takes in hours for Selva to reach 150 kilometers of distance travelled. You can try first. Let us check your answer. 2 hours equals to 120 minutes. So, from the graph, for 120 minutes, Azman would have travelled for 200 kilometers. And next, from the graph, for Selva to travel 150 kilometers, he would have taken 3 hours. Congratulations! Making a conclusion. The graph of function is the representation of a function with a straight line or a curve on a Cartesian plane. Thank you and see you all again. Bye!